Hi everyone and welcome to this quick tutorial on revisions in Revit. Now one of the problems with using the out-of-the-box system within Revit Structure is that if we try to use revisioning, we can only have numbers or letters, but we can't have a combination of the two. So quite often in the UK, for example, if we were going to have our project in tender, then the revisions might be T1, T2, T3, but if it went across to construction, we might then change them to C1, C2, C3, etc. And out of the box, it only allows us to have one revision number. So here I've got a custom title sheet. So you can see in here I'm using some shared parameters to better control project titles, sheet titles, so I can have multi-lines on there, and also a multiple drawing number in here. So there's shared parameters set up. Now, as far as the revisioning system goes, I'll take you through how that works. So I'm going to start off by putting the view onto the drawing sheet, like this. Okay, we'll just move that view label under here. And what we'll do is we'll make a revision on that. So on the view ribbon, you'll see we've got revisions just in here. And at the moment what's happening is you can see I've got one revision created at the moment. Now as we've said, we can either have alphabetic or numeric, so I'm choosing numeric. The other option is to have nothing there, so you can literally just have no revision number at all, but you'd still be able to cloud something. And what you'll see here is I'm using the issue to field to actually represent for tender, but if it was for construction or preliminary I could put C or P in there, yeah, but I'm going to leave that on T for the minute. And I'm asking it to cloud and tag it. Now this only works really if you do per sheet. So basically each sheet will have its own unique set of revisions. So I'm going to say OK here. And I'm going to now put a cloud on something. So we go to annotate, choose revision cloud. Okay, we'll put a cloud around the column here that's changed, like so. As soon as I do that, in the properties window here, you'll see that that's now sequence 1, which has changed column size. So you'll see in the title block it's put in T1, and it's also added T1 up here. Now if I go ahead and tag that, then I've got a tag that's also reading that, and I've actually on this tag it's actually bringing back the comment as well. But again, you can set the tag to say whatever you want on there. So let's now add a second one in, and then I'll go into how it actually works. So we go back into revisions here. I'm going to add a new line through. So we'll put the date in. Okay. Yep, we'll put the revision in there. The issued to, as I say, I'm using tender or preliminary there. And we'll get to, we want to cloud and tag this. So we'll say OK to that. We'll go ahead and put a cloud around that again. So revision cloud. This one of course is going to be sequence 2, so you've got to make sure you get the right sequence there. Okay, and we'll just cloud the relevant object. The clouding's not that great, so unfortunately in Revit, but there we go. So we'll finish that. Yep, now we can see that it's up issued to title sheet, so revision T2, and in here you can see that that's moved up to T2 as well. And again, if I put a tag on, there it is. So that's quite good. So let's have a look at how that's working. So if I edit my family on the title sheet, very simply in here you'll see that I've actually added that new label in here, which is basically the current revision. So that's now going in there. And also I'm using that up on my revision table itself underneath the schedule here. So if we go and have a look at the schedule, yeah, you can see the issue 2 is becoming my preliminary or for construction. Okay, so that's a fairly interesting solution there. So you can see that does work quite nicely. So let's go back into the project here. Now, of course, you can actually have multiple statuses on the drawing sheet if you want, but from my experience, most companies just tend to, you know, if it goes from preliminary to tender, for example, you'll get rid of all the preliminaries, and then you'll just have tenders up in the list there. But that's one way of actually being able to use the revisioning system. Hope that's been useful.